play out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Ready? Ready, 88. 50. Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen. Ready?
A first carry for Christian McCaffrey, who made his first Pro Bowl last year. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of 2 there, second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Three and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Out of the gun, Newton. He hits White, complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down.
Let's go now.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Gun. Ready.
A running play on first down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
And Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
After the run, Newton going to throw. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Keeps himself upright. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first.
Even at the age of 30, Cam says it's just a number. Still a real threat running the football. We all know about the touchdowns, but ran for 488 yards last season. That was 4th among all NFL quarterbacks. He can still tote the mail.
Off play action, Newton. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Adrian Amos, the safety, able to make the play.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
2nd and 10, Newton again. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Yeah, good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
And defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a 4th down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Rodgers now on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Panther touchdown. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw. A free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
Let's go, baby.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now Rodgers to try again after the pick six. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. K1 short in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now it's Rodgers. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion. The 3rd year back from BYU, Jamal Williams with a carry. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Rodgers going to throw. He gets this to Devontae Adams. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Rodgers gives this to Jamal Williams. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Rodgers now on 1st down. Buying time to his left. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
I'm coming.
On 2nd down, Williams. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front, because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up 1st downs.
So 1st and goal and a chance to make amends for the earlier pick 6. Here's Rodgers to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. 1st quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
And some room to work. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A big play there from McCaffrey, 46 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now this time he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
This is something that we expected to see. McCaffrey used out of the backfield. 107 catches in 2018, the most in one season by an NFL running back.
Now a 1st down throw for Newton. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Give the sack to Blake Martinez. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now it's Newton. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Well, he's going to go for it all. And that is incomplete. 4th down, and here's Graham Gano now in the field goal unit for the Panthers. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and the lead moves to 10-zip. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Dontari Poe, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. After the sack on 1st down, Rodgers. That's complete to the former Aggie Jay Sternberger. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23. On 1st down, Rodgers. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Dontari Poe make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Got his man, that's Harry. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Luke Kuechly, the all-pro linebacker, in on the stop. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And oh, not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He he's sacked. K1 short. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So on now for the Packers at their all-time leading scorer, Mason Crosby. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. The kick by Crosby is good, and they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. They go play action here on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. To throw again, Newton. And he fires one incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore, and it's 3rd down.
I would say it would probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series, before you get out there, hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
21 yards there on 3rd down.
Yeah, Greg Olsen's back for his 13th NFL season. The last 9 have been in a Panthers uniform. Only 9 games for him a year ago, 7 the season before due to injuries. But when healthy, 1,000-yard receiver in 2014, 15, and 16.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And an alley to run. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. The throw over the middle, taken in. The 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. From the red zone now, Newton. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
Ian Thomas got pressed into action early his rookie season as all-pro tight end Greg Olsen went down with an injury. Ended up with 36 catches, and they definitely see him as the future once Olsen decides to hang it up and maybe become a broadcaster.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Newton, and he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Kevin White, his first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Gano the extra point, and the lead is now 17-3. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 5 now. Rodgers toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. 2nd quarter action, 1:56 remaining. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And Rodgers intercepted a third time. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Panther touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount.
And this will be caught at the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 35. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to...
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Kevin King coming up from the secondary to make the play. Well, earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to defend him. I think you used the term bottle him up at different levels. They've struggled to do that.
They certainly have, because when you see them approach, in order to bottle them up at different levels, that front line's got to take care of business. Otherwise, he starts to sift through.
And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. The Panthers on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. That's taken on the 25. A field position changer there. 49 yards on the punt. Couple that with a loss on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Now a play fake here on first down. Rolling to his right. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
26.
The final shot before half for Rodgers. To the tight end and complete. It's Sternberger over the middle. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. So we come upon halftime, intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Panthers out in front and they will get the football first. Second half action underway.
All day, baby, let's go. Let's go.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But
this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too, and they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They run it again with Williams, and this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They do go for it. It's Rodgers. And Adams has it complete. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. Following the penalty, it's Williams. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down. That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the third quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it. And the running game is starting to pay off.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. His throw caught right around the 6. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
At the 1-yard line.
Second and goal from the 1.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
58. 59. Hey, come on now. Come on now.
Throwing now is Rodgers. Blitz coming, and down he goes. And a sack by one of the most consistent D linemen in the game, Gerald McCoy.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
They run. It's Williams. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. After the run, Newton going to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they work this out past the 25. That one good for 26 and a first down. Newton now 8 of 17 so far, under 50%. Newton to throw. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Have to give a lot of credit to the defense on that play. They were prepared. Ordinarily, when they take the big shot downfield to the big guy, that's usually a mismatch that the offense is used to winning. But the preparation showed for the defense, and they were able to bat it away.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the third down stop. From the gun, here's Newton. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Rashawn Gary in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
They will go for it. Now Newton. Airing it out for Olsen. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Now Newton. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. Past the 20. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 33 yards that time. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go band of brothers thought process. No one left behind, no pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes...
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Watch 30.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point try good by Gano. And that will extend this big lead. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's Rodgers now. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Back now at Lambeau. And this is a blowout. Fourth quarter, a very one-sided affair.
Let's go, D.
Rodgers now on 1st down. His throw caught at about the 5. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are able to cash in for 6. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time.
Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. So hold the phone here, Charles. I'd kind of written them off, but after that touchdown, it's certainly a long way still to go, but stranger things have happened.
Well, when you're going to have big second-half comebacks, plays like that have to be involved.
Extra point up and good by Crosby, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. Blake Martinez, the NFC's leading tackler a year ago, in on the stop.
Hey, 50. Let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here. No. 8. Watch twins. 8. Throwing
on 3rd down, Newton. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. Newton now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Christian McCaffrey, last year's catch leader among running backs, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Throwing again. Newton. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. The shotgun snap for Newton. Looking left side, and it's complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Newton on first down. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Boy stays up. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
To try again after the sack. Newton looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get that one into the hands of Christian McCaffrey. But now it's 3rd and goal. Back-to-back great plays defensively. You get the sack on 1st and goal. A great job in coverage there. All of a sudden, they're looking at 3rd and goal from further back than when they started.
And the really good play callers look ahead and down in distance sequence. Now he's got a back.
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Josh Jackson. And now look at him go. 20, 10. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Great. Mike's 50.
To throw is Newton. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth.
20. I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
The Panthers going for it on fourth. Newton. He's going to look deep for more. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And that will force a turnover on downs. Here's Newton. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Terry Poe in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Another try after the first down sack. Rodgers, he'll find Harry on the right side. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Rodgers to throw again. Wide open receiver, complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Rodgers now to throw. And this is caught at the 8. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. N'Keal Harry, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers get a score closer. And oh my goodness, this is nowhere close. Well to the right and no good. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And some room to maneuver. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Here's Newton. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. Throwing here, Newton. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Christian McCaffrey with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. K1 short. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. It's an important win for their postseason.